Okay, please find a comfortable posture. The teachings say that we're already free, we're already awake, but yet sometimes we have this experience like we need to get back to something or we need to change. So we must forget or we learn other things. We learn that we are bound by ego, choice, etc. And as we learn these things that take us away from this innate freedom of being, it creates an impact, a sense of disease in our system. And we are often invited to steadily focus, unwaveringly focus on this awareness, this constant, to dedicate and put all of ourselves toward it. And in my experience in that one pointed endeavor, life starts to lighten up. Things start to go more smoothly. And so it creates this sense of like, oh, I'm doing something about it. I'm contributing. But yet then we're told we can't do anything about it. It's all happening. And so, how do we rectify this feeling that we can opt in? We can choose to grow our focus on our awareness. Now, maybe the moment upon which we believe we choose was predetermined. The right number of ingredients, the right amount of discomfort accumulates, and now we're ready to put forth the energy to stare at our awareness, to realize its immovable nature amidst this passing show of life. We see this passing show, some call it a dream or an illusion, but then often you'll hear the master say, this is the awareness. It's all one. There's no separation between the awareness and these objects of consciousness. Well, which one is it then? How does it all work out? And so when we get down to just our living, breathing experience on it, why would we practice if we're already free? Why do you do anything that interests you? That's why. That we are interested, that there is a part of you that is interested in awakening. Now, maybe you're interested because you were suffering and you want to stop suffering. Maybe you're interested just because it's interesting. It is not a means to an end, but it is. itself important to enjoy, feeling into the mystery, to feel into the mystery that this immovable, steady awareness emanates a feeling called presence, stillness. And it seems to be that all the sensations and experience of life are manifestations of this mystery, like an outpouring, an emanation, a projection. So when we say or think that we're looking at the world with a bunch of people and a bunch of objects in that world, that is just the mind's narrative. That what we're really seeing, what we're really hearing, smelling, tasting, touching is the mystery. And we can experience it as the mystery, as pure life force. We can experience this moment as pure life force rather than a set of human personal circumstances in the world. The masters say either way, whether you experience it as pure life force or as a story of a person in a world, it's still this immovable, constant presence. But wouldn't it be nice? Isn't that interesting? That we could experience it as a sense of pure life force. And so we actually come up to speed with the movement of our breath. We stay in the flow of our breath. Moment to moment, feel the flow of the breath. Drawing in and filling up. And then watch where the energy goes. I'm not talking about the air in the nose and the lungs. The air in the nose and the lungs, that's just more story, words, person in a world divided. What I'm talking about is the pulse of this life force energy. The substance of awareness. that it has a pulse to it. And rather than an in and out or a back and forth, you think of it like the beating of a drum, like the heartbeat moves the blood pump by pump, that our breath is the movement of the universe. And you can watch the universe go out and fill up. And you can also watch it return back into the awareness. Start to wrap your awareness around the movement of the breath, not the air, not the lungs, but the movement of the breath. It requires us to feel the breath. The breath might go into your belly, might go into your knees. The breath can go into your head. For breath does not mean air and lungs. For the breath is the pulse of the life force. It is the current of the mysteries. Seeking a way to return to the source, to the heart. Or even the blood that is being sent away from the heart is assisting the blood to return to the heart. To sit still, to become interested in the mystery, is to mean that you're on the way back, the way home, back to the source, back to the center. You don't decide. It's just where you are on the track, on the circuit. And so your awareness feels the movement of the breath and welcomes it back into itself. The awareness welcomes back the breath, welcomes back the life force that has gone out, turned into a person, turned into a world, turned into a story, left impressions and feelings on the nervous system, memories. All of that is life force. And now it has made the turn, still pulsing. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And on every inhale, the return, the swelling, the filling of life force. And every exhale, it dives back into the mystery, burrows into the awareness and into the silence. We are being recollected, regathered, back into the heart of ourself. Feel the pulse of life. Feel the movement of the breath on your subtle body. Let that same energy that took you out bring you back into the quiet, unknown source. You have already been out. Now it is the return back in. Every color, every sound, every taste, every memory, every thought. On the exhale, feel the pull. Feel the pull back into the unknown. You can watch it happen. The awareness surrounds it as the life force, as the energy dives back inward, freeing itself from separation, from division. Feel the return to oneness. very subtle, very soft, very gentle. You're feeling the weight of a breath after all, the heaviness of something that is lighter than air. The movement of the breath, the inhalation gathers into a center, and the exhalation sends it back into the quiet unknown. You gather all that story, all those divided images of the mind. They just become the movement of the breath, pure life force. You can watch this whole process happen in awareness. it grows quieter and more delicate, breath by breath, moment to moment. The movement, it feels like it's slowing down, but the power of the presence magnifies the intensity of the life force sensation, amplifies inside of awareness. This is the returning to oneness. All the divisions and separations, recollecting into a pure feeling of being. We're not seeking an ending. We're not seeking a goodbye. Just a continuation of what's always been, endlessly going on. Moment after moment. It's always been this way. We're just at the phase where we realize it. Relax from the practice.